All right, so I'm kind of working on refining my reps a little bit. I guess put a little bit more simply, I'm slowing my reps down. I'm slowing my reps down because it doesn't really matter if you how you get the if you get your reps in, if your reps are sloppy, if your reps are substandard, if your reps are not full range of motion. Now, granted, you know, if you ever notice, sometimes you see bodybuilders and they may not necessarily be getting full lockouts and things like that. And there are different reasons for that. I mean, obviously, a lot of bodybuilders that you see doing that have really good results. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm wanting to get more fatigue across the muscle. And this is especially right now. What you see here is me doing my one of my 2 days a week where I do like 200 pull-ups. I mean, 100 pull-ups and 200 push-ups. And like with my pull-ups here, if you notice, I don't quite lock out on my pull-ups. And the main reason I don't do that anymore, I get close to it, but I don't quite lock out at the bottom because I'm always kind of being a little more careful with my shoulder these days since I dislocated it, back in 2018. But anyhow, I'm still getting close, and I'm pulling up higher on the pull-up and the chin-up, and I'm going a little deeper with my push-up. But the main thing with the push-up is actually that I am putting my feet a little bit higher because I need to get some more upper chest up in there. So I'm placing my feet a bit higher. But anyhow, because I'm wanting to actually grow muscle a bit, then I'm really emphasizing the time under tension. And time under tension has to do with how long your muscles are under tension. And also I am going closer to failure. Closer to failure than I was. I usually go relatively close to failure, but truth be told, instead of having like maybe 1 or 2 more reps in me, I might have a lot of times I might have maybe 3 or 4. And so I want to get closer to failure in the muscle group because that means that I'm putting more muscle under tension. I am stimulating the muscle group more toward growth. And the thing is, it's like instead of just trying to bust through a ton of reps, then I can very easily just slow the movement down, get a more thorough range of motion, and get the exercise in. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. So again, here you see I'm actually inside the house in this portion of the exercise because I typically don't necessarily get all of my reps in one workout. So I usually split up my workout like between at least 2, if not 3 workouts in whatever day, just as long as I get my reps in. So yeah, so that's pretty much how that works. But yeah, so anyhow, I want to encourage you if you're watching this, especially if you do calisthenics, but even if you do like weightlifting, traditional weightlifting and that type of thing, don't bust through your reps. Don't bust through your reps. Now, when I was younger, I used to do even more of what I call ego reps, where you got a certain rep count and it's like, I got to squeeze through it by any means necessary. And then that last 1 or 2 would be so sloppy that in actuality, I wasn't really doing it. But I'm not, I'm periodically going back over my workouts and examining the quality of my reps to see how deep am I actually going. Am I jerking through the movement? Am I getting the full range of motion? And I say this too. Another reason why I'm doing paying more attention to my reps is, for example, with pull-ups and chin-ups, I've noticed that the top of the move I'm pretty weak in. There's a move that a lot of you may be familiar with called the muscle up, which is essentially you pull up and then you transition from the top of the pull up into a dip where you push yourself to the top of the bar. Very advanced move as far as I'm concerned. I've yet to do one. But part of the reason is because I don't really want to do one with momentum. I want to do one with pure strength. But if you know what I'm talking about when I mention the muscle up, there's a lot of strength involved in that transition from the top of the pull up to the bottom of the dip. And so that's why what I'm doing is in getting this fuller range of motion, I'm pulling up higher so I can get a higher bottom top of pull up, and then bottom of dip to one day get the muscle up.